Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Wriggler, and it's time for our Number Corner Friday. Go ahead and use these lines to help you write the date today. Today's date is April 24th, don't forget your comma, 2020. Go ahead and write the month, the day, and the year. Then you'll write the short date, making everything have a number. Now let's look at April 24th, 2020 on our actual calendar. Can you find the number 24 on the calendar? It's right there. What day of the week is it today? If you said Friday, nice job. That means tomorrow is a weekend day. You will have Saturday and Sunday off of school. I will see you back on Monday. Let's look at that 24 again. How many more days of April are left until we switch to May? If you said 6, nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 more days of April left. Here's a tricky question. How many of those days are school days? How many April school days are left? If you said 4, nice job. We don't count weekend days, so we're only going to count the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th, because those are school days, which means we have 4 more school days of April left. Now let's go ahead and look at our calendar pieces for April. Instead of showing you all of the calendar pieces today, I'm only showing you the calendar pieces from this week. On Monday, it was the 20th, Tuesday, the 21st, Wednesday, the 22nd, Thursday, the 23rd. You know that our calendar pieces show us one of 4 words: length, weight, capacity, or temperature. Look at the pattern just from this week and make a prediction about what we're going to see on our calendar piece today. Go ahead and write it down. Let's see if you're correct. If you said temperature, nice job. Our calendar piece today is showing an elephant, and it looks like he's getting some water on his back because he might be hot. We can look carefully at the tool being used to measure. This tool is called a thermometer. The thermometer is telling us what temperature it is outside. If you look closely at that red bar, it's almost up to the number 100. So it's almost 100 degrees outside. That's really hot. No wonder the elephant wants a bath. Now let's look at our days in school. Including our digital learning days, today makes 142. Remember, we don't have room for all of our 10 frames, so put the first 100 in your head. 10 frames that are full make 100. Now let's count by tens. 110, 120, 130, 140, and then we stop because this 10 frame is not full yet. So then we count 141, but today's number is 142. How many dots do I need to add? Just 1. Now we have 142. Now let's look at 142 on our chain with links. Remember, 142 has 3 digits. The 1 is in the 100s place. The 4 is in the tens place. The 2 is in the ones place. We are only representing our number in the ones place. What number is in the ones place? If you said 2, nice job. That means we need 2 links. So how many more do I need to add? Just 1. Now we have 2 links to match the number 2 from 142. Now let's look at 142 on a number line. So far we have 140 and 141. Remember that numbers can be odd, which means they end in 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Numbers can also be even, which means they end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Look closely at 142. Is that number even or odd? Go ahead and write down what you think. If you said even, nice job. 142 is even because it ends in the number 2, which is an even number. Our number line is pretty short, but let's go ahead and count the numbers on it. Today we'll do it together. 140, 141, 142. We'll add another number next Monday. Now let's look at our frog and toad graph for the month of April. Who has more, frog or toad? Frog. Nice job. I'm going to spin the spinner and see who I land on today. It looks like today is a toad day, so we're going to color in a piece for toad. Today I have some new questions. If you look carefully, there are these thick black bars that happen after each set of 5. There's a black bar, there's a black bar, there's a black bar. Do you see them? Those black bars help us count by 5s. So if this black bar shows 5, then this black bar shows us 10. I want you to answer my question. How many more does frog need to have 10? If you said 1, nice job. Frog only needs 1 more piece to get to 10. How about toad? How many does toad need to get to 10? If you said 3, nice job. Toad needs 1, 2, 3 more pieces to get to 10. Now I'm going to ask you our compare question using our compare word, than. How many more does frog have than toad? Go ahead and use the same sentence frame that you have been using. Frog has more than toad. I can't wait to see your answer. Now let's use our information from our graph on our recording sheet. Remember that yesterday we completed another recording sheet. So here we are with a blank one. First we need to fill out our frogs. How many frogs do we have today? If you said 9, nice job. How many toads do we have today? If you said 7, nice job. 9 plus 7 equals, remember we don't have enough fingers to put 9 up and then 7 more, so you'll have to use a different strategy. You might use circles, tallies, 10 frames, putting 9 in your head and then counting 7 fingers. You can even use a number line. Yesterday, I talked about our borrowing strategy. If that makes sense to you, you can use that strategy also. What do you think 9 plus 7 is? If you said 16, nice job. I want to go over that borrow strategy one more time again today. Remember that the number 9 is super close to the number 10, and adding with tens is really easy. 7 has 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If 9 goes over to 7's house and knocks on the door and says, "Please, can I have one of your pieces to turn me into a 10? Numbers are nice and always share. But then we have to see how many pieces are left in 7's house since he gave one away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 turned into a 10 and 7 turned into a 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. If that strategy makes sense, it's a super smart strategy to use. If that doesn't make sense yet, that's okay. Using circles, tally marks, 10 frames, or any other strategy is just as awesome. Now let's look at our number sentence challenge for the day. You guys have been doing a great job with writing your number sentences lots of different ways. Remember that 8 and 2 are the parts of our number sentence. The parts have a plus sign in between them. Order doesn't matter as long as they have the plus sign in between them. 10 is what we call our total. We're used to seeing our total last, but it doesn't have to be that way. The total just has to be next to this equal sign. So let's look at 8 plus 2. If we were going to do the simple flip-flop fact, we would just flip the parts. 2 plus 8 equals 10. We're not changing any of the numbers. We're just moving the order. Now that the parts have gotten to go first, now it's time for the total to get to go first. 10 equals 8 plus 2. Our last number sentence will be a flip-flop of the total getting to go first. Whenever we flip-flop, we only flip-flop the parts, since there are 2 parts. That means 10 gets to go first again. 10 equals, now let's flip-flop these parts. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 10 equals 2 plus 8. You guys are going to use the same numbers that I did for your number sentence challenge. You're going to start with 8 plus 2 equals 10. Then you're going to write the rest of the number sentences. Remember, one of them you'll just flip-flop the parts. Then you'll let the total go first. That's why I put a purple dot here, to remind you that the total goes first. Then you'll do the total first again, but flip-flop the parts. I can't wait to see all of your number sentences. Good luck! And happy Friday!